What if the game itself is beginning to fear one man? Tall, agile, unstoppable, and still only scratching the surface. Let me introduce you to the player whose mere presence might be reshaping the entire league paradigm. You remember that moment. The arena hushes, the ball sails off his fingertips, a defender leaps in vain and it lands. A sea-green net ripple, and soaring arm in the lane, a 7-foot-something frame gliding through chaos like a predator. That man is Victor Wembanyama. He entered the league with headlines, hype, and global eyes glued to his every move. But what's happening now? What the league feared most isn't hype. It's reality. It started quietly. Rookie year, flashing guard skills, and a mountain's body. Instant blocks, early threes, floaters, steal rejections, the runs in transition. He wasn't just tall anymore. He was mobile, instinctive, unpredictable. But he wasn't just doing things differently. He was rewriting expectations. Now, fast forward into his sophomore campaign. The stats explode, averaging roughly 24.3 points, 11.0 rebounds, and a league-leading 3.8 blocks in just 33.2 minutes per game. For most players, that's an elite season. For a 21-year-old, barely 2 seasons in the league, that's terrifying for opponents. It's more than numbers, it's movement. Imagine a 7'3", reported around there, frame doing the zigzag, guarding wings, stepping out to 3, switching onto guards, tipping shots in traffic. The league has built decades of positional definitions. Whites and blacks, big man stays here, wing stays there. Victor destroys those. There was a showdown one night in Paris, his native country. He scored 30 points, pulled down 11 boards, dished 6 assists, blocked 5 shots. In front of his home crowd, the type of line that used to come only from all-time greats. But he wasn't satisfied by star status. He was haunted by the question, can my body hold up? Because being unique means being vulnerable. In February 2025, reality knocked hard. He was diagnosed with deep vein thrombosis in his shoulder, a blood clot threat, at 21 years old. His season stopped. The league held its breath. But the response? Not a retreat, a reset, a transformation. He traveled, he trained, he leveled up not only strength but mind. Meditation, martial arts, unconventional motion work. He didn't just want to survive the NBA. He intended to dominate it on his terms. And now, the question morphs. When he returns fully, what will the league face? A unicorn? A battering ram? Something entirely new. Let's dig deeper into how exactly the fear is building. First, offense. He isn't just scoring near the rim anymore, although he still can, with authority. His three-point volume increased, his mid-range game dialed. But here's the catch. He's becoming a playmaker. He's the initiator. He draws 2, kicks out, he dribbles at the top, attacks, reads help. The 7-footer facilitating like a guard. That flips the script for any defense. Traditional help rotations collapse. He moves like a wing, sees like a point guard, rises like a big man. Second, defense. The league used to say, we know how to beat a tall guy. Switch him, isolate him, tire him out. But Victor changed the homework. At 3.8 blocks per game, he led the league. But beyond the blocks, the threats, the charge drawing, the recovery speed, the steal blocks. His presence changes how teams pick and roll, how they attack from the wing, how they run transition. He is a wrecking ball disguised in sneakers. Third, the mental edge. Teammates talk about how early he arrives, how late he leaves, how his standards infect the locker room. This isn't just a talent story. It's a training camp legacy in the making. He elevates the people around him. He forces opponents to strategize differently. He forces franchises to ask, how do you plan against something we haven't seen? Now think. The league built rules, trained referees, devised scouting reports. Spacing, pace, physicality, they adapted. But how many times can you adapt before someone changes the game? Victor looks like he's heading there. He's becoming exactly what the league feared, the blueprint that defies categories. And the rivalry tension is palpable. The veterans, the elite bigs, the wings who guard him, they've seen flashes, rim rocks, step-back threes, chase-down blocks, yet the full form hasn't arrived. That means they're still preparing for the storm. The league's all-stars, contenders, they're watching, strategizing, doubting if they're ready. Because maybe none of them are. Imagine the playoffs. Imagine a team that crafted a roster around Victor's motion. Imagine defenses needing 2 defenders just to slow him. The mismatch nightmares. Guard on him, he backs him down. Big on him, he steps out. Kick out passes, pick and roll downhill, switch the switch, rise up. It's not theory anymore, it's happening in flashes. His preseason and early games showed it. He's not the same center, he's something else. He has a roadmap. Year 3 is often the leap. The rookie jitter's gone. Middle phase of development. People expect improvements, but what if he explodes? What if he picks up where he left off with added strength, added knowledge, added fire? Until the rest of the league catches up, he will get the keys to the car, floors the accelerator, and they're scrambling to find the brakes. And here's the cliffhanger. Despite missing part of the season with the blood clot issue, his numbers still ranked among the best. His impact didn't shrink, it expanded. When he returns fully, the question isn't if he dominates, it's how badly will he dominate. The league built walls around what tall bigs should be doing. He's breaking through those walls. So the league's fear? That no defender, no scheme, no switch trick will fully stop him. Because he isn't just playing within the rules, they're rewriting the rules. He's the blueprint other teams tremble to decode. He's the disruption. He's what the NBA was afraid of. So let's look ahead. What happens when Victor Wembanyama returns at full strength? Because his comeback isn't just about recovery. It could reset the NBA's entire balance of power. The San Antonio Spurs have quietly been building their future around him. Coach Popovich and the front office aren't chasing quick wins. They're crafting a system designed for Victor's evolution. They're surrounding him with shooters, playmakers, and space, letting him function as a universal position. No more labeling him center, forward, or guard. He's the axis of everything. Imagine a 7'4" player running offense from the top, like Luka Doncic, while protecting the rim like prime Hakeem Olajuwon. That's not fantasy anymore. It's happening. Other teams are preparing for what they call the Wemby effect. The Nuggets, Celtics, and Thunder are all adding mobile bigs to handle him. Even Jokic struggles when Victor switches from the perimeter to the paint in a blink. Chet Holmgren might be his closest rival, but even his supporters admit Wemby's mix of size, skill, and timing is something the league's never seen before. When he returns, the ripple won't stop at box scores. It'll reshape draft strategies, trade values, and scouting philosophies. Prospects won't be compared to Shaq or Durant anymore. They'll be judged by the new standard. Can he play like Wemby? That's how legends redefine eras. But Wembanyama's impact isn't limited to stats. He's become a global figure, a new face for international basketball. From France to Asia, his highlights trend daily. His jerseys sell out everywhere. Like Jordan and LeBron before him, he's the ambassador of a global generation raised on his highlights. And after that blood clot scare, fans saw another side of him: resilience. Instead of hiding, he mentored teammates, stayed close to the game, and worked in silence. That's what separates stars from icons. The fear around the league is simple. He's only 21. His body and mind are still developing. If he's already near 25 10-4 averages, what happens when he hits his prime? Wembanyama isn't just changing how basketball is played. He's changing what basketball is. And if you want to see the new era unfold, hit that subscribe button, because the Wemby era is just getting started.